Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Queen Sugar. So today I have a pick a card reading that focuses on where this connection is going, what's going on in this connection. So allow the energy of the person that you're in the connection with or thinking of at this time to just come through. So close your eyes and imagine that there are 3 doors. Door number 1, door number 2, and door number 3. Each door has its own card, number, and name. So door number 1 is number 24, the romance card. Door number 2, which is the growth card, label 3. And then door number 3 is the card labeled forgiveness. And the number on that door is number 38. As you feel the energy of this person, allow them to guide you to the door that best represents the messages that they'll have for you, that spirit has for you when it comes to this connection, and the guidance and the information about it. Once you have selected your door or pile, feel free to click that timestamp below to watch your portion of the reading. As always, I appreciate the love and the support, and I wish you all the best. Let's get started. Alrighty, this will be for those that selected pile 1, which is the romance card. And this card is number 24, which also equals 6. And 6 is connected to the lovers in the traditional tarot deck. And so this connection definitely can be, divine soulmates, twin flames, divine counterparts, however you want to call it. And I feel like pink roses are very symbolic for this connection as well too. So if you ever see one, or if they ever gift you pink roses, it is a beautiful symbolism of this connection. All right, so now we're going to get into your cards. So we have some tarot, we have oracle cards. So let's see what information we can get about what's going on with this connection and where is it going. All right, so the first card we have here is breakup. Time apart is on the horizon. This may be short term or long term. Telepathy. Pay attention to the telepathic messages that are being sent and received at this time. Spiritual awakening. Your partner is sensing that there is something profoundly important about this connection. Watch out. This is a warning message. Be aware of gossip, envy, and jealousy. Someone or something is trying to stand in the way of this connection. Divine union. Congratulations. It's time to celebrate. Both you and your partner have healed and learned the important lessons to allow this union to manifest. I love that. Next, memories. Groom. Divine timing. Safe place. And then we have fertility. And then your tarot cards are the 3 of Cups. Congratulations. I love that. Put that on the side. 6 of Swords. And then finally, the King of Pentacles. Okay. I should scoot these down a little bit. So let's get into these cards and what's going on with this connection. Very interesting energy. It just feels like there's so much in this pile to unfold. So I'm definitely excited to kind of get through all of this. So the story painted here is deep but beautiful, is one of the things that I'm picking up here. The first thing I notice is that spirit keeps leading me to this breakup card, and there's so much that can be unpacked with this card. There's so much that I want to get into with this message. This card, the breakup card, shows me that there is some distance between you and this person physically or emotionally right now. I feel this energy of you two missing each other, but the ego is in the way for some of you. However, for most of you, I hear spirit saying it is because they weren't ready yet, is what I'm hearing them say. And that's okay, right? Some of you may feel like things move very quickly with this person, which made it feel like a crash and burn type of situation. It's like Spirit wanted you two to meet so you knew each other were out there first, and then there was this time to kind of, go apart, where you two needed to be apart, where you both can learn lessons individually, but also grow up, and also, be able to understand and really process this type of connection that you two share together, is what I'm picking up. Another energy that I feel here is that that some of you have been wondering if it will ever happen. Basically, like, will we ever get back together? Will we ever meet again? Will it ever happen? Should I just give up on love or this person or this connection? Is there really someone out there for me? And the answer is yes, there is someone out there for you, for sure. And if you notice, after the breakup card, we have telepathy, and then we have spiritual awakening. So these are very spiritual energy type cards here. I'm going to pick them up so you can see them a little bit better. And they're the same couple from the movie If Beale Street Could Talk. And so with this, it shows me that you spiritually are starting to feel the calm before the storm, because you feel their energy and they feel your energy, right? It can be the darkest of days, but you feel their energy and it comforts you, right? They're your safe space. That the ship is finally coming in for you two, and are finally able to kind of come face to face with each other, and see each other's heart and intentions for what they really are, and also to like really tap in spiritually, and understanding that some of the behaviors that both of you have displayed is deeper than the surface level, right? So if someone like comes into a room, they have an attitude, it's like, oh, they just have an attitude, but maybe you don't know behind the scenes they just found out someone just passed away. Like, the idea, this is just in general with anybody, but the idea, sometimes we want to jump to conclusions and assumptions, but we never really think about all of the surface type of energy and emotions and experiences people deal with that contribute to why they act the way that they act on surface, if that makes sense. I see the soul connection between you two is very powerful, because you use, telepathy to communicate with each other. This is possible for someone you don't even know or do know, because it's all about energy. So even if you never met the person, you can still communicate with your soul partner, telepathically in dreams, or you can feel their energy around you, right? Because, you can basically you can know someone's energy before you even meet them physically, basically, is one of the big things that I pick up here. I feel like with this watch out card, it feels as if it's about spiritual synchronicities more than like, the negative traits that I mentioned on the card per se. So watch out for the spiritual synchronicities that are to come to you, because it's about communication, it's about divine timing, it's about, maybe some of you start to have vivid dreams of memories of the past with this person, like past life with this person, and that's how you start to realize like who it is, so maybe you start getting snippets of this person in dreams, and then one day you see them and you're like, wait a minute, this person, it looks like they're the person from my dream, or something about their energy is very similar to that person in the dream. So be mindful of those synchronicities and those messages that come through, because they're definitely symbolic and here to guide you to this person, as well as they're going to experience the same thing for you. So in terms of where this connection is heading, I truly love how the first card is breakup and the last card is divine union. So I'm going to pick this card up so you can guys see the beauty of this card. And it's just letting you know, like, you aren't ending where you started, basically, right? And this shows us that there's a movement forward for you two when it comes to this bond, when it comes to this connection. So yeah, things might not be as great or ideal right now, but there's definitely positive shifts and movement. We have the groom card, we have fertility. So the birth of something new with this person, the birth of this connection blossoming finally and growing and being secured and being safe and being protected as well too, is something that I pick up. Both of you waited for this moment to come together. The fact that we have the groom, fertility, and divine union is amazing, and it just really, captures my attention, because the first card being break up, and most people would have been like, oh, I don't like it already, let me just turn off the video and find another video, right? But it's like, yeah, you two might be in separation right now, or might not be together, but it doesn't mean that's forever, that type of energy. I see a lot of happiness and fulfillment in this relationship, in this connection. The key is learning from the past and realizing what has and hasn't been working for you both when it comes to this connection. That is the key in order for you all to come to union together, right? You have to pay attention to the experiences and the lessons and have grown for them in order for you all to move forward. If you keep repeating the cycles over and over again, then you're never going to come into union, because you're just going to keep doing the same things that keeps drawing you all apart, basically, right? And so it's really important, because like with this accountability energy here that I pick up, both of you have to own up to where you fell short in this connection, right? And all the times we think like it's 100% the other person causing the chaos and the connection, when there are parts of us that needs to be addressed. And this is referring to, obviously, healthy relationships, not abusive or toxic ones. More so, what part of you mirrors their actions and their beliefs? Remember, we are mirrors of each other most of the time. So is there a part of you that feels guarded, right? Which mirrors this person not always being communicative with their feelings or with their thoughts, so it can be something simple, but because it's a prominent thought or belief, it plays out in your reality often and goes for the same person as well too, right? And so notice how when you really look inward, you also are able to process and understand where that person is coming from with a lot of their behaviors. So overall, positive movement forward, the growth, the divine union, the celebration, the stability are here for this connection. But both of you have to be willing to heal and grow and do the work. And if you want to know this is the connection to continue to pursue or to hold space in your heart, I definitely get the vibe that it is. Obviously, you don't wait on someone for forever until they get their shit together. You can live your best life, and if they come around, great. If they don't, that's also fine too, because you're going to find better at some point. But I do feel that there's so much hope and so much potential with this person and this connection, because of the chemistry that you all share, the spiritual chemistry that you all have with each other, and the ability to grow and to heal and work together. There's so much love here as well that a lot of people don't really get to experience. So you're not overthinking about this connection or this person. If you've been wondering, their significance in your life, they hold a very deep significance in your life, in the sense of allowing you to grow, teaching you lessons about guardedness, teaching you lessons about really stepping into your true self and honoring your true self as well. You're doing that for them as well too. Okay, so I hope you all enjoyed your reading. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, I appreciate the love and the support, and I wish you all the best. This will be for those that selected pile number 2, which is the growth card, and the number for this connection is the number 3. And I forgot to put down number 1, which is romance, number 24. So maybe there's a reason why I forgot to do that. So with these two cards being present here, and if you notice too, their number is 24, which equals 6, and then your number is 3, and 3 plus 3 is 6. So 6 and 3s are definitely symbolic to this connection. I'm gonna still move the first card out the way, but I feel like there's a meaning behind this, because I usually never do this. I don't think I've ever done this on my channel, actually, now that I think about it. So there's a true reason behind it. I also feel like they're saying there's growth in your romance life and in this connection, and with this person as well too. So I'm gonna put the card away. You're gonna place your card at the top. But yes. Okay, so we're gonna get into your oracle cards and your tarot cards and just see what's going on with this connection. Where is it heading? So the first card we have here is new chapter. A fresh start is always good for everyone. Doors are opening for this new phase within your love life. We have accountability. Someone needs to take accountability for their actions. It may be you, your partner, or both of you. Acknowledging the effect of your behaviors allows you to move forward. And that's funny, we have the word forward, and then our card is growth. So definitely is alignment here. We have disharmony. There seems to be some disconnect. Use this time to address any issues to restore harmony in this relationship. Getting to know each other. Enjoy discovering new commonalities, goals, and dreams as you get to learn more about this person or about each other. Love language. Learning and understanding each other's love languages are essential to meet each other's emotional needs. I like how that comes right after the getting to know each other card. All right. We have seduction, deception and lies, endings and beginnings, deepest desire, dominance. And then your tarot cards are Nine of Cups, and then the Ace of Pentacles, and then the Tangled one, which is the Hangman in traditional tarot. Okay. So actually, I'm feeling like there's two separate energies, like two separate groups in this particular pile. So we'll call one group Group A, and we'll call the other one Group B. I will make a chapter for Group A and then for Group B. So listen a little bit to Group A. If you feel like it resonates with you and it talks about your connection, then continue to watch Group A. And I mean, you can also check out Group B if you want, but I feel like the differences are significant. So, and if you don't feel like Group A is resonating with you, maybe you gotta listen to Group B. So listen to Group A for a little bit, and then if it doesn't resonate, try Group B. Okay, so let's start off with Group A. So Group A, there has been some obviously miscommunication, some disharmony in this connection for sure, just with these different cards that I see here. If you're on a twin flame journey, you may be in separation with this person at this time within your connection. There may have been some deception and dishonesty when it comes to this connection. This is more so connected to their true feelings and not wanting to open up is what I'm getting here. Trying to play it cool, or honestly just being in denial about how they feel, basically, right? And someone may have been nervous to truly open up their heart, and the mask have been worn a lot during this connection, especially during the beginning of the connection. It's been worn as a defense mechanism is what I'm seeing here. If I only show you so much of who I am, the other parts of me won't get hurt, is what I'm hearing someone say in this connection. But you really end up hurting all parts of yourself because you're not truly allowing yourself to be your authentic self and fully be present, but also to fully embrace and accept love. It's like this person's wearing the mask is punishing themselves in a sense, and it's okay to have what you really want. Both of you need to know that, and that might be one of the biggest lessons that you learn within this connection, right? This isn't just limited to love either. You want to have a beautiful 5-bedroom home, fantastic, let yourself have it, meaning don't feel like that is something you can't have if you truly deep down inside want to have it, right? Another thing that I noticed with this connection is that there's this energy of you two just being like high heads. So meaning both of you are strong-minded, very powerful leaders. Either you or your partner or both have some strong fire placements or Virgo placements in your chart is what I'm picking up here. And it's okay to let someone else be in the driver's seat. It is okay to let someone take the lead. It is okay to not always know the plan of every single thing. I think a lot of times we always want to know what's going to happen next. What is this going to do? What are we going to do now? And then it drives us insane when we don't see that movement or when we don't know, which is why sometimes we can shove things or push things out of our direction even though we really want to bring it in. And so the idea is that when you're less resistant towards it, it comes in naturally. It comes in with ease because it's not, feeling these restrictions or feeling this resistance in a sense. So, there's definitely an opportunity for a new chapter, fresh start with this connection with this person. I feel like one of the things that you all have to do is to definitely work on being open and honest with one another, not being afraid to be vulnerable, address parts that you have done in this connection to cause disagreements or to cause separation. They need to address the same thing too. Nobody is perfect. There, even the smallest things to us can be life changing to the other person. So a time where they called you and they wanted to talk, but you sent them the voicemail twice, that could have been triggering to them, or they could have did that to you and that could have been triggering to you. The idea is that even the smallest action sometimes can do a lot of damage to connections because of the triggers that it might cause, but also to the intentions behind it. It's like if someone's doing something with the intention of hurting somebody else, it hurts even more because we're going to feel that, we're going to pick up on that energy. And it's not saying like this person has done stuff in the past to intentionally hurt you, but more so that we don't think how our actions can really hurt others, or like how they can cause triggers, or just like put us in this space where we feel like, wow, you know what, I'm gonna shut down, right? So that's something that I'm picking up here. So let's get into like in terms of where this connection is heading. I feel like in order for this relationship to work and last, you gotta really get to know each other, right? Especially with these getting to know each other and love language cards here. And so learning each other's love languages, the needs of that person, the goals for the relationship, the triggers, the preferred ways of communication, right? So one person might be like, I don't like texting a lot of times. Another person might enjoy texting. And so you have to find that balance of like, okay, you don't like texting a lot, but I don't like, but I like texting because it's easier for me. So finding that balance of like, okay, maybe we talk on the phone, during the day or at night if you don't live together, and then or scheduling certain FaceTime dates or something like that, or going out and seeing each other more often, figuring out what's a good balance for both of you so both parties are happy and they don't feel like they have to just settle everything, right? So a person that might not like texting, they text a little bit throughout the day, and then at night or when there's lunch break or whatever, then that's when you all call each other and have like your phone call date. But there's definitely movement here. And I feel like too, it's just about growth here, because it's like the two healthiest, kind-hearted souls can enter a relationship, but it can easily become unhealthy or unfulfilling if there's no clear understanding of each person, right? You can't love every person you date the same way that you love somebody in the past. You can't do that. You shouldn't do that, I should say, in a sense of, because everybody has different love languages, everybody has different styles of communications, everybody has different triggers. So for someone to, maybe there's someone that has experienced abuse, so physical touch might not be their first, priority on terms of their love language list, but it might be yours. But understanding that this is this person's story, so what can I do to make sure that this person feels comfortable and feels safe? That way they can, one, be open to experiencing touch, physical touch again, and also knowing that it's coming from a place of love and it's coming from a place of of healthiness, right, and growth. And I feel like since the masks are coming off, both of you are finally being honest with yourselves. You will never get what you really want in life if you're afraid to have it. So if you too learned that lesson, when I looked up, I saw on the camera timer 1010, so that could be a symbolic number, angel number for this connection as well too. But 1010 represents or the number 10 represents I think of the 10 of swords, completion, the end all be all type of thing. 10 of pentacles, like finally getting the happy ending. 10 of cups, all of that, right? So I feel like they're saying if you two with the endings and beginnings, which is very befitting, because when you think about it, the number 10 is 1 and 0, right? So technically, yes, it equals 10, it's the ending of something, but 1 is also the beginning of something, right? And so that just shows us that there's definitely a beautiful shift and movement for this connection, and there's growth that's going to happen. So I definitely see positive movement here with you all, but it's really important that you all really take the time to get to know each other and have conversations and figure out what are our goals for this connection, for this relationship. Do we want the same thing? Maybe you might have to shift it a little bit. Maybe some of you might feel like, okay, maybe we don't work as a couple right now. Maybe we just work as really good friends. So let's do that for a little bit and see how that goes. Or maybe it's like, okay, we do want to be together, so we got to figure out how to find the harmony and restore that harmony within this connection. Okay, so that's what I have for group A. So if that resonated with you, perfect. So now we're gonna get into group B. Okay, So those that selected group B, all right, you would know this is for you, honestly, the moment I start a couple of sentences I get into this, because I'm channeling this energy, like, deep down in your heart that you love this person, but it just doesn't feel like it's working out for you at this time, like at all. Like it just feels like you just keep bumping heads with each other. If it's not one thing, it's another thing type of situation. There's too much misalignment and lack of balance within this connection is what I'm picking up here. It seems like, honestly, this connection has went beyond its expiration date, which is why there seems to be more lows than highs, and it's resulting in a lot of arguments, or a lot of distance, a lot of deception, a lot of dishonesty, right? And it could be spirit trying to show you and trying to push you to say, like, hey, we don't want you in this anymore, so let us point out all of these different things now, because maybe we did point them out before and you just didn't see them, or you didn't want to see them. So we're going to make it so bold and so clear that it's just going to disturb your peace at this point. If you feel like this connection has disturbed your peace and disturbed your alignment and the harmony that you have within yourself, that is a sign for you to get out of it and to just let it go, because there's no point of it trying to hold on to it anymore. Okay. I feel like the moment you accept that this connection needs to fully come to an end, you will be able to move on with your life in a new direction and start this new chapter of your life, right? The next chapter includes better opportunities for you financially. I see a move or a relocation for some of you as well too. Maybe some of you moved in with this person, or moved to a different city, or moved to a different state because of this person, or maybe not necessarily because of them, but like they were an influential factor for that move, if that makes sense. And also too, I see like just reconnection with yourself, and of course more love coming in afterwards, but you have to let go of this connection first. It's bittersweet, but it's well worth it. I know a lot of you may have put a lot of energy and time and effort into this connection, getting to know this person, being with this person, dating with this person, being physical, whatever it is with this person. But the idea is that there's too much disharmony, there's too much energy where the balance is just not healthy right now, because somebody's putting in way too much work compared to the other person's energy. It may be hard in the beginning, but honestly, most of you are kind of already over it, so it won't be as challenging. Be gentle with yourself and know that it is okay to start over. And I say this before too, a lot of times with the divine feminine, once we get out of a connection emotionally, we're basically out of it all the way together, because we're emotionally invested. So if we're not emotionally invested anymore, that means we're not going to be as attentive to you anymore. We're not going to care as much as some of the things that you do anymore, because we're just over it. So once you do that last final thing, it's like, boom, okay, well, let it just end, let it be over then. And it's like a shock to the other person, like, oh my gosh, like, what do you mean let's let it be over? Like, you don't care anymore? And it's like, I slowly stopped caring emotionally. So now I'm at a point where it's just like, F you, F it, and I'm done with it, basically. So in terms of where this connection is going, or where it should be headed, we already talked about the idea of like just letting it in, because it's important for you to let it in order to experience this new chapter in your life. So obviously letting this person go, letting this connection go, results in an ending and a breakup, right? So know that you gave it your all, right? It's okay for things not to work out, because this connection season served its purpose in your life. It is time for new experiences and new people. In terms of what's coming up next for you, as I mentioned with like that new chapter card, this chapter, you get to decide how you want to tell your story based on what you have learned from the previous chapters and stories, right? So I see you finally being in a space of happiness, pure happiness, because a lot of the pieces in your life are finally coming together beautifully. You're capturing some of the parts of you that may have been lost while you were dealing with this connection or this experience with this person, right? Sometimes people take things away from us and try to manipulate us or make us change because they want us to fit their mold or what they want their partner to be, and we kind of allow ourselves to do that. But then once you are separated from that person, you start to see the parts of you that may have changed or may have been molded to fit them and their personality and their lifestyle versus what you really want and desire. So that's beautiful that you're able to recapture who you are authentically, right? And as I mentioned before, some of you are already done with this person emotionally and mentally, so you may really just get back out there. There's no time limit. Do as you please, as you feel called to do so. If you want to get back out there and date, do it. If you feel like you need more time to reflect and recover, that is fine as well. This is your story and you are the writer. You get to decide what you want to do next. And so honestly, in terms of like, what you should do is just like, listen to your heart, listen to what you think you need at this time. If you want to get out there and date, do it. If you feel like you need some therapy, if you want to talk about it with some other folks, do that. I get that some of you, very small percentage of you, come from a narcissistic family or have experiences with narcissists, and this person was definitely triggering a lot of those experiences that you have encountered, which is why it may have been hard for you to get out of it, because you're kind of used to it. So when you become used to something, you settle because it's like your norm in a sense, right? But you're finally breaking through and realizing that, hey, I need to get out of this. I need to be accountable of my actions, in a sense of like, okay, if I want love in my life and I haven't been receiving it just yet, maybe it's because I'm not being really intentional about the people that I select as my partner, or the people that I date. So really using your energy, using your third eye, using your crown chakra, using your heart chakra to guide you to avoid situations where it may not be the best best place for you to be romantically. Okay, so yeah, that is what I have for group B. So hopefully that resonated with you. If you selected that pile, I know it kind of sucks to hear sometimes, like, oh my gosh, like it's over, but a lot of times people need to hear that. They don't need to hear the, oh, just work it out and they'll get better. It's like, some of y'all need to let this person go, let this situation go, because it's just past its expiration date. Like, who's going to keep drinking spoiled milk? You can keep drinking it, but you're going to get sick from it, and then you're going to wonder why do I keep throwing up? Why do I keep going into the hospital? It's because at this point, you're now participating in it, right? So you don't want to be in the space where something is unhealthy and something is toxic and you participate in it now, right? Because sometimes when you first come into stuff, you don't see it. You really genuinely don't see it. Okay, and it's like, okay, this person did this wrong, and they did this really well, so this is what confused me and I didn't see it coming. Cool. But once you start to become aware of those red flags and you don't do anything about it, and you complain and you don't see movement, you don't see change, but you still stick around it, you're basically participating in it. So you have to be mindful of that, and break those cycles and break those habits, so you're no longer a participant. Okay, so I hope this all resonated with you all. Thank you so much once again. Feel free to check out other videos on my channel, and I'll see you guys later. Alrighty, this will be for those that pick pile number 3. So the card that you selected was the card of forgiveness, and this is card number 38 in this deck. So that also equals the number 11. So 1111 could be symbolic to this connection. 333 or 888 can also be symbolic to this connection, or the actual number 3838. So if you ever see those numbers, that's definitely a message from that person, that they're thinking of you, or that spirit just letting you know that you're on their mind, and to feel their energy with you at this time is what I'm picking up. Okay, alrighty, so let's get into your oracle cards, and then we'll get into your tarot cards as well. So your first card here is, look at that, Enchanted Love, a sacred bond that is divinely guided and harmonious. I kind of want to put that in the middle. Alrighty, we have listen and reflect. Sometimes what a person needs is not a wise mind that speaks, but a patient heart that listens. Third party, there's something or someone that is affecting your relationship. It's time to address it. So technically that would have been the third card, and it would have been in the third position. So that kind of goes with the 333 that I was feeling. Security, what is yours will always be yours. This love is secured by the divine. Soulmate, this, or the person you are inquiring about, is your soulmate. That sense of familiarity and comfort you feel is confirmation. I love that. You got Enchanted Love, soulmate. All right, melanin and romance cards. We have Divine Feminine, Gifts and Offers. So, oh my gosh, we got soulmate twice. I'm gonna put this under that, soulmate. So we got it 2 times. Beautiful, and it has the word love there. We have Embrace, We have decisions and choices. Spirit wants me to move these two. All right, tarot cards, we have the Queen of Wands, and on her shirt it says confidence. Next we have is the Moon, which is actually the Divine Feminine card as well too. So you have this is the only pile that has two of the same cards. So two soulmate cards, two basically Divine Feminine cards, because of the Moon. She's holding the Moon in the Divine Feminine card. And then we have the King of Cups. All right, so this is strong confirmation in this pile. So the first card that's really calling my attention, honestly, is the third party card. And now this third party card is giving me more mental, emotional third party, meaning, you know, it's about the mental and the emotional side of this connection. So mentally overthinking, being fearful, which leads to being guarded or self-sabotage type of thing is what I'm picking up here. This means, you know, it probably connects to probably maybe 90% of the people that are watching this when I talk about like that self-sabotage, the mental overthinking type of thing. So that could be you or the person that you're seeing, that you're thinking about in this connection. It's like once you both realize that this connection is secured and safe for both of you to fully be committed to, then you won't even have to worry about fear or overthinking, because there's no room for it anymore, right? There's only room for love and just clarity, right? So when you listen to your higher self, which knows what is best for you and what is on the other side, then you'll be fine, right? That goes for your person as well too. So choosing the thoughts that bring peace, but also too that are connected to just like the alignment of the, you know, their higher self, right? The other 10%, there's this energy that this someone is currently connected with the karmic or just someone else, and then there's you, the enchanted love, right? So there's a need for someone to kind of make a decision. Do they want to truly be happy and always romantically, or settle for what seems that works for the most part, or doesn't even really work, but it's just something that they're used to, if that makes sense? So someone needs to decide if they're okay with hiding their deepest feelings and heart desires for the rest of their life, or step into their truth and pursue their enchanted love, which is you, or that could be you and that person. The biggest lesson for this connection is listening to your voice of your higher self. So kind of like, you know, embracing one's truest desires and feelings and living in that truth energy. Like, you know, being authentic to yourself is embracing the life of your true self, right? Not being afraid to be happy or successful. I see that both of you mirror each other often. It's like one person is all heart and the other person is all head. And then, you know, this connection is more than physical, it's more spiritual. You got the soulmate card twice for a reason. So it's like, you know, one person may be heavily spiritual and then the other person might be heavy into like just the 3D energy. So one person's more 5D, the other person's more 3D. And so understanding, like, you know, how to balance that out for both of you so you all can be on the same wavelength and be on the same page over time. I also see that this person in this connection may have a disconnect with the maternal figure, whether alive or passed on, or you can have that as well too. And it seems that this disconnect has caused some layers of guardedness or just a struggle to receive. I see some over hyper independence here as well too. So both of you need to work on the divine feminine within. So balance it, heal it, and then welcome it, right? Because the divine feminine is known for receiving, for welcoming in the energy, also being nurturing. And so you don't want to push it away, even though that is what you truly want, right? So the idea is that you kind of tap into that energy of like, what parts of me need to heal when it comes to my divine feminine? Is it connected to my mother? Is it connected to my grandmother? Is it connected to a sister? Is it connected to a past lover that I've had? It's connected to a friend that I've had, a female friend that I had. There's some type of maternal or like, you know, feminine energy here that has caused some scarring, and that has been the reason for why, you know, maybe you or this person or both of you act the way that you do when it comes to connections. Okay, so in terms of where this connection is heading, there is a strong twin flame or divine soulmate energy that I do pick up, just because we got those cards twice, and then we have enchanted love. You know, the ultimate answer is that you two get to decide where you want this connection to go. The ultimate decision is up to you all, honestly, especially with the decision and choices card here. So like, what does that mean? If you work on this connection in the areas that, you know, you mentioned, that we kind of mentioned before, then this connection is definitely destined to last, it's obviously that you two were meant for each other. God, the universe, ancestors, whomever you want to say, placed you in their life for a reason, and they were placed in your life for a reason as well. So this was not a mistake. The love story was written in the stars, basically, right? And I'm hearing spirits say that they don't say, like, don't be mad or turned off if your love story with this person doesn't match the Disney movies or the romance movies, right? It's not supposed to. It's not supposed to match them because it's not your story. The reason why this is a little bit harder is because you don't know what the next scene is, and it's annoying you like crazy. I understand. I'm the same way, but it's like we have to just kind of play into it and just rock with it and go with it and trust that our story is going to end well, and just know that you're never wasting your time. It's always, live your best life for you and pursue yourself, and that way you never feel like you're wasting your time in your life. I will say that this person does feel feel that you're like a special gift in their life with this gifts and offerings card. We have to remember too that sometimes we can be gifted something, but it doesn't always mean we know what to do with that gift, right? So oftentimes when we receive instructions or practice before we can really truly enjoy the gift. So this means if I gift you a car and you don't know how to drive the car at that moment, it doesn't mean you don't value the gift. It means that you have to practice and work as needed to truly be able to drive it and appreciate the gift even more and to really enjoy it, right? And I feel like this means both of you are still learning, so give yourself grace. This isn't saying like let people get away with anything or walk over you. It means that if this person struggles in an area, work together so they're not being in a sense, like you're not babying them, but more so you're allowing them the space to grow and to kind of like call them out on certain things as they do it with you, right? They should work with you and not against you. You want clarity on something, so that means they need to be clear with their communication, right? So you see how it's like if one person needs something, the other person has to think about how can we both work together to make sure both of us are satisfied and happy. So honestly, if you have the heart-to-heart conversations with this person and put aside what other people think or say and really tap into your personal power and heal that feminine energy within, individually and then collectively, it's a done deal. Like you both found a solution. Boom, it's lit. Y'all together, period. Because of that alignment is what I'm seeing here. Okay, so yeah, I hope that this really resonated with a lot of you. I feel like too, for those that are connected to, like, there might be one person where it's like there is a third party in this situation, and just like not focusing on that third party and focusing on you being the one, you being the chosen one, you being the one that they want to be with, and knowing that you will always be the one because of the beauty that you have within your soul, your personality, your gifts, your talents, your love, all of that. Because when you choose you and pursue you, that's when others fall into play as well too, because they notice that energy, they can feel it. So that message was definitely special for someone, so you will know if it's you or not. But anywho, I hope you all enjoyed your reading. Thank you so much once again for tuning in. I appreciate the love and the support, and I wish you all the best.